In the hidden microverse surrounding us, a brutal war rages among Earth's genuine rulers, microorganisms. Amoebae, protists, bacteria, archaea, and fungi battle constantly for resources and territory. Among these combatants lurk even stranger terrors, viruses that hunt every other organism. These entities occupy a puzzling space between existence and non-existence, representing the smallest yet most numerous and lethal beings on our planet. Each day, they eliminate trillions of organisms, driven not by resource needs, but solely by their compulsion to hijack living entities. Recent discoveries have revealed giant viruses that challenge our understanding of life and death itself, along with other viruses specifically designed to hunt these giants. Viruses exist at a scale dramatically smaller than your cells or typical bacteria. Their structure consists merely of an outer shell, minimal genetic material, and several proteins. They possess no metabolism, no propulsion systems, and no desires or intentions. Instead, they drift randomly through their environment, hoping to encounter a suitable victim to infect and commandeer. This extreme simplicity raises fundamental questions about whether viruses qualify as living organisms at all. The scientific community remains divided on this classification. Some researchers contend that viruses represent living entities. Others propose that the infected cells themselves constitute the actual living viruses, creating hybrid organisms they call viral cells, with viral particles functioning more like seeds or spores. Many additional scientists view viruses simply as non-living material. The evolutionary origins of viruses present another profound mystery. How could entities requiring victims for reproduction initially emerge? Numerous theories attempt to explain viral origins. Viruses might have constituted essential stages in life's emergence, or perhaps they began as escaped cellular genetic material that developed exceptional replication abilities. Another possibility suggests they descended from extremely lazy parasites that outsourced all necessary work to their hosts. Current scientific consensus suggests viruses probably emerged multiple times through different pathways, though definitive answers remain elusive. Regardless of their origins, viruses dominate as the most successful beings on Earth. Scientists estimate approximately 10,000 billion viruses exist planet-wide. Arranging them sequentially would create a chain extending 100 million light-years, equivalent to 500 Milky Way galaxies placed side by side. Recently, viruses became even more mysterious when scientists identified a completely new category: giant viruses, nicknamed gyruses. These discoveries shattered numerous records while challenging fundamental assumptions about viral nature. Gyruses even host their own parasites called viriphages, viruses specifically hunting other viruses, a concept that seems inherently contradictory. Since identifying the first specimen in 2003, these giants appear ubiquitous throughout our environment. Oceans, water towers, pig digestive systems, and human mouths. Their characteristics prove even stranger than initially suspected. Gyruses display distinctive appearances resembling hairy geometric shapes or miniature pickles, vastly larger than previously known viruses. This explains their successful concealment throughout centuries. Scientists observed them microscopically, but mistakenly classified them as bacteria. The situation resembles suddenly discovering elephant-sized ducks everywhere. Most currently identified gyruses target amoebae and similar single-celled organisms. Upon locating victims, they connect and exploit natural cellular processes for entry. Like all viruses, their objective involves appropriating victim infrastructure for reproduction. Imagine a mouse entering your mouth and utilizing your organs, bones, and tissue to construct a mouse manufacturing facility. The gyrus releases attack proteins and genetic material, then reorganizes the cell internally. Structural elements, protein production machinery, and substantial mitochondrial energy supplies transform into an actual factory called viroplasm. Some gyruses even construct protective membranes against cellular antiviral defenses. Once complete, the viroplasm assembles new gyruses, consuming the victim internally until completely filled. Finally, the invader typically commands cellular self-destruction, releasing new gyruses seeking fresh prey. However, what distinguishes gyruses involves neither their operational methods nor their size, but their unexpected complexity. Your cells contain approximately 20,000 genes. Typical bacteria possess several thousand, coronavirus carries around 15, while HIV or influenza contain roughly 10. Gene quantity alone proves insufficient for classification, since tomatoes possess 35,000 genes. Generally, we conceptualize life as complex systems, suggesting that below certain complexity thresholds, entities resemble non-living material rather than living organisms. Yet gyruses can possess hundreds or thousands of genes, obscuring distinctions between living and non-living entities. Beyond numerical considerations, these genes' functions prove remarkable. Previously, scientists understood viral genes as providing minimal instructions sufficient only for overcoming victim defenses and producing new viruses. Many gyrus genes remain completely unique, essentially mystery genes. More confusingly, numerous genes represent hallmarks of living organisms. Genes regulating nutrient intake, energy production, light harvesting, replication, or maintaining cellular survival. Recent studies suggest some complex genome gyruses might maintain basic independent metabolism, which, if confirmed, would revolutionize viral understanding. Certainty remains elusive, but one hypothesis suggests gyrus genes might fundamentally alter victim physiology and evolution by integrating their genomes and merging into chimeric organisms. Alternatively, they might acquire host genes themselves, undergoing transformation. Throughout billions of years, gyruses may have coexisted alongside cells, exerting unseen influence on life's development not merely as parasites, but redirecting evolution by distributing genes across multiple directions. This brings us to another unique characteristic: virophages, viruses hunting gyruses. The concept itself seems bewildering. How can potentially non-living entities hunt other potentially non-living entities? Consider the virophage Sputnik, which hunts a gyrus called mammavirus that itself targets amoebae. Sputnik represents a tiny, minimalistic virus lacking genes and tools for self-replication. However, it possesses the ability to hijack mammavirus viroplasm factories. Virophages require their victims, the gyruses, to first infect their victims, the amoebae, before parasitization becomes possible. A mammavirus viroplasm infected by Sputnik produces very few new gyruses, many deformed and incapable of further infection. Instead, it generates numerous new Sputnik virophages. Other virophages employ greater subtlety, integrating their genetic code into newly produced gyruses like sleeper agents. When these infiltrated gyruses successfully infect cells, they produce primarily virophages instead of gyruses. Gyruses possess defenses too. When scientists discovered CRISPR, a bacterial defense system against viruses, the world responded with amazement. Some gyruses apparently possess similar systems, essentially gyrus immune systems against virophages. Living cells can utilize virophages as anti-gyrus defense mechanisms. Some protists integrate virophage genetic code into their genomes and retain it, When gyruses infect these protists, they utilize the code for creating virophages themselves, taking over gyrus factories. Ultimately, gyrus infection still kills the protists, but instead of releasing gyruses threatening companions, they release virophages to hunt them. Everything described here represents early-stage research. Less than 20 years have passed since discovering gyruses and virophages. The microverse contains tremendous ongoing activity. Life constitutes not an isolated event but a continuous exchange among trillions of organisms and viruses. When feeling discouraged about discovery potential, remember gyruses and other elephant-sized ducks surrounding us, invisible until examined closely.